SOULCYCLE. Let's see how many classes I've been to so far. Fair warning, it's not been that many. However, my friends and I, we bought the $99 2-week unlimited pass. So I'm gonna be doing that. I'm just at the very beginning of my 2 weeks, and so that's why I have not done that many yet. But review as of right now, let's see. So far I've been to 3 classes. I've been to 2 themed classes and 1 just regular SOULCYCLE class. 10 out of 10, super amazing, best thing ever, and I'm #addicted. If you asked me if I wanted to do SOULCYCLE like a couple years ago, I would have said, no thank you, I will pass. I just wasn't feeling it. Now I took 1 class, I'm in. I love it so much. Let me describe it to you.
Music is blasting, lights are off, heat is circulating, sweat is perspiring.
It's a great time. The first class I went to was a Taylor Swift ride. That's a themed ride. So they played all Taylor Swift songs and it was awesome. Maybe it was because I was on caffeine brain from the Celsius I had, or maybe it was because I was with some of my friends and I just get super crazy whenever I'm with them. But either way, I walked out of that class. I was like, I'm coming back. This is awesome. There's like sections that you do. So like the first part will be like, I don't know, like a warm up or something. And then there's like a weight section for your arms. And then at the end, there's like a stretching section because, you know, it's good to stretch after your workout. And yeah, there's like choreography and everything. It gets pretty intense, I will say. But like I said, and as I will say over and over again, it's awesome. Honestly, I think you just need to go for yourself to see how awesome it is, but I love it so much. So the next one I went to is a Beyonce and Rihanna themed ride. That class was okay. It was good. It's still SOULCYCLE, so it's still just as awesome. It's just that the instructor that I had is just, I don't know. I think 1 class with that person was good enough for me, and I have my faves now. I say that after taking 3 classes, I have my faves. But I do. I have the first class I took with that instructor. I love her so much, and I like want to go to every single one of her classes. And then yesterday I took a class, and that was just a regular SOULCYCLE class, no theme or anything. And I loved her. She's so encouraging. She's like, woo, 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 woo. Today I have a class at 6:30 with the same instructor that I had the very first time I went to SOULCYCLE, and she's awesome. So I honestly cannot wait for that. But that's all for now. Hey everyone, today is day something of SOULCYCLE. I still love it. I am still equally as obsessed. Yesterday I had a class at 7 a.m. and then when it came around like 12 p.m. I was like, I want to go back. I miss it. That was so fun. Anyways, you have not taken a proper shower until you've taken a SOULCYCLE shower, let me tell you that. It is so nice. They have everything you could ever need. Amazing. I look forward to that every single class. We just got out of SOULCYCLE. It was awesome. Miley Cyrus versus Dua Lipa. They played The Climb. If you know, you know.
Sometimes you don't find bored.
I did have Celsius before, and I'm running on endorphins as well, so that's like doubling up, you know what I mean? I've been saying hi to everyone. Class was awesome. I rate that 10 out of 10. Definitely will recommend. Bus is here. We gotta go. Good morning, everyone. It's 9:06 a.m. in the morning of SOULCYCLE in about 24 minutes. It's gonna be my first solo class, like without Julia and Eugenie. Also, I have not had any sort of caffeine, so I mean, I'm expecting the best from me, obviously, but preparing for the worst because internally I did not do much to prepare for this. Also, this is my second to last SOULCYCLE class of my 2 weeks that I bought, which is very depressing because I loved it so much and it has made me so incredibly happy. And now that that's ending, it's breaking my soul. Tomorrow we have SOULCYCLE class again, and that's with my favorite instructor that I've been talking about this entire video. It's a 90s theme ride, and so I asked her if she could play Ice Ice Baby, special request by me, because as you know, I'm freaking obsessed with that song. I'm excited for this class. It's with a new instructor that I've never had before, that I've never taken a class with before. Either way, it's gonna be awesome. It always is. Okay, so let's talk about my SOULCYCLE class from today. That wasn't my favorite class. class. I don't know. I'm sure she's such a nice person. She seems very kind. She said that, well, I don't want to say that because I feel like it'll give it away. Her class was not for me, you know? How do I explain this? I feel like I felt like an outsider. Like, the class was kind of cliquey, not like the class members were cliquey with each other. It was more like she was just gravitating towards her regulars and whatnot, which I feel like isn't a great thing. Just because, I don't know, there's like new people all the time, and I feel like if I'm even feeling this and this isn't my first SOULCYCLE class, then I don't know how someone that's like super brand new to SOULCYCLE would feel if they took that class. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. This could also just be because I was really tired. When I'm really tired, I tend to be like more sensitive and irritable. My hypothesis is that if I was a little bit more amped up, maybe, just maybe, I would have enjoyed it a little bit more. I am very excited for tomorrow's class. I know I already talked about it a little bit, but that is going to be my very last SOULCYCLE class of the semester, which is very sad. I guess I will update you tomorrow when it's the very last one. Yesterday was the very last SOULCYCLE class of the semester, but it's fine. I guess it's gonna have to be fine. I think I told you that I asked the instructor if she could play Ice Ice Baby. That didn't happen, but it's fine. It was only a request. That class was awesome. She played Spice Girls, some other 90s songs. It was also really special because after class, I stayed and talked to her for a little bit. She just is such an incredible human being. I was telling her how that Easter ride was my very first ride and how like her class really made me foster this obsession, this love for SOULCYCLE. This is starting to sound like I'm being very sentimental and emo about SOULCYCLE, but I am. So anyway, I don't know, like at this point in time right now that I'm talking to you, I'm having trouble deciding if it's her that I'm obsessed with or SOULCYCLE. I mean, I think I'm obsessed with SOULCYCLE either way, but it definitely helped that I had her. Also, before class, I drank an entire Celsius. Okay, that's a lie, maybe like 95% of a Celsius to do the best as I possibly can, and I think it worked. I was on beat for most of the song, or most of the ride. The instructor, she noticed. On one of the last runs, I was like really hitting the beat really well, and since I was in the front row, which I'll talk about that in a second, but since I was in the front row, she like came up to me, she was like, okay. Also, yes, I was in the front row since that was going to be my last class, that it was like a kind of go big or go home situation. And so I got like 11. She's like, Abby and Eugenie are in the front row. She kept walking over to us. That was just like the perfect class to go out on, you know what I mean? I probably sound so strange talking about SOULCYCLE like this. Like it's like a love that I'm like breaking up with, but seriously, that's what it feels like. There's something about SOULCYCLE here. I mean, it was my first time ever going, and I went with the people that I met here in San Francisco, and I met that instructor who's super awesome, and I don't know, I'm literally gonna cry. Like yesterday, I almost cried. That's a lie. I was very sad, but I wasn't gonna cry because that would have been odd. Overall, I think this was an awesome experience. I'm sorry if you're looking for other descriptors, but awesome has really been dominating my vocabulary lately. So that's what you're getting. It was just awesome. Even when the instructor wasn't necessarily my favorite, I still found myself having such a great time and walking out of class feeling energized. I think it's such a good workout. I mean, it's only 45 minutes and you're really pushing yourself, and in some way it's also very therapeutic. I think the instructors also help add on to this attitude of SOULCYCLE feeling very therapeutic. They are extremely encouraging and just empowering. The things they say, for me at least, they like hit deep into the soul. Yeah, I don't know, I think the people that choose the instructors are just really good at their job, I guess. This was also a really super fun experience to go through with my friends. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but it wasn't just me that bought the 2 weeks. It was also Eugenie and Julia, some of my closest friends here in San Francisco. And I think this may just be me, but I think we got closer because of it. We have this shared experience. I think we have this shared love for it as well. I don't really have anything bad to say about my experience at SOULCYCLE. I think if I had to choose, it'd probably just be that it's expensive. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. We bought this class pass thing deal that they were having for a while. I'm sure they still have it. Honestly, I'm just not entirely sure. Where you get unlimited classes. Well, unlimited. It's like one class a day for 2 weeks, and you can go as many times as you want during those 2 weeks, as long as it's just one time per day, if that makes sense. And that was $99, which was a really good deal because one class regular price is like $35. I think I went a total of 11 times during the 2 weeks. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's $12 a class, including shoes, because every time I went, it was $3 to rent shoes, which is fine. Obviously, I'm gonna have to pay it, like whatever, but it's just kind of annoying. So now something that I wanted to also talk about, there's a lot of things I want to talk about today, I guess, is this beat match thing on the app. After your SOULCYCLE class ends, there's this section that tells you your stats throughout the class. It compares you and your writing to the instructor's writing, the trends that are common throughout the majority of the class. It also takes into account the type of music that was played and like the different beats that the music was kind of following. Yeah, that was super interesting. It was kind of like a little competition with myself to see if I did better or worse compared to previous classes. I think I averaged somewhere in the mid 90s. Yesterday's class, I got a 97 beat match, which is really good. It also has things like your cadence, the amount of watts that you produce during your ride, and a whole bunch of other stuff too. But yeah, do I love SOULCYCLE? Yes.
Yes.
Will I go to SOULCYCLE classes back home in LA? Also yes. Do I recommend SOULCYCLE to anyone and everyone? Yes. Okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna go now. I have been talking a lot.